USM continue on their winning ways, advancing to 4-0. They beat DUC 74-62. I mean, just break it down. I mean, USM are just not here to play around. They just want to run it back in the finals, and this performance that they're put in the last 4 games just goes to show that. I mean, they shot 44% from the field, 62% on 2-point field goals. They struggled so much in shooting the 3-ball, only shot a measly 16%. Out of 24 attempts, only 4 went in. I mean, they went to the line. They made 75% of their free throws. I mean, let's just break it down. I mean, it was just a very interesting game to watch, especially looking at scoring production. It wasn't the highest scoring game, but at least USM were able to, get the job done and beat DUC, a team that they were really desperately looking for a win, but they just couldn't find it. They just couldn't catch a break. DUC shot a measly 34% from the field, 41% on 2-point field goals. They shot 23% from the line out of 26 shots that they threw from the perimeter. I mean, they were not going in. The 3-ball wasn't going in. They went to the line. They shot out of 9 free throws. They sunk 88%, but I mean, they didn't go to the free throw as much. The team that dominated the free throw line was USM for the most of the time. So, I mean, despite DSC having a high free throw percentage, they didn't go to the line as much. So, yeah, I mean, USM just came in. I mean, Atta James Majok just did his thing. I mean, he was part, and he had a hand in USM having 45 total rebounds, out rebounding DUC. Okay, DUC dominated in sharing the rock in the assists. I mean, they had 19 assists, but USM, despite leading in 19 assists, USM, no, not DUC, excuse me. DUC had 19 assists, USM 17 assists. And then looking at steals, the DUC led in steals, but USM were just one steal shy from tying it, and USM were really, defensive, especially having guys like Atta James Majok in there, who had a hand in having USM having a record 7 blocks in this game. I mean, Atta James Majok, the guy I just mentioned earlier, he finished this game 20 points, 13 boards, monster double-double. I mean, Firas Layani, 19 points, Mohamed Mokhtar, 13 points from USM. I mean, Ramdan Slimane, I know this guy from Tunisia, he had 8 assists, playmaking guy. I mean, at 41 years old, this guy's just doing what he has to do. I mean, Sheikh Bamba Diallo, 19 points for DUC. Adama Diakite, 17 points. We got Hamid Tariq Ali, 12 points. Abel Diop, he had 9 rebounds. Adama Diakite, 7 rebounds. Then Hamid Tariq Ali, we saw him, he had 12 points. So he had 7 assists in this game, and Sheikh Bamba Diallo 3 assists. I mean, it was just actually pretty interesting game to watch. I mean, when I looked at USM, I mean, Atta James Majok played heavy minutes, 36 minutes, 20 points. He shot 75% shooting from the field. I mean, 2 of 5 free throw shooting, 40%, 13 points, 1 assist. Struggled 3 turnovers. He had 1 steal and 4 blocks in this game. I mean, he just came in and just did his thing. I mean, Ramdan Slimane, okay, he didn't have the highest scoring. He only had 7 points. I mean, 6 rebounds, 8 assists. He just did his thing in his own way. I mean, then you have another player who played heavy minutes. It was Osuma Marioni. I mean, 31 minutes played, but he had the lowest scoring. He had 3 points. He actually did nothing for USM. But I mean, Atta James Majok, everyone wasn't able to hit as much, but Atta James Majok just came in and just, bailed this USM team out with his inside presence. DUC, I mean, the story isn't the same. I mean, there have a couple of players who played heavy minutes. I mean, the starting 5, you have Hamid Tariq Ali, 31 minutes played, 12 points. I mean, 7 assists. I mean, Sheikh Bamba Diallo, 29 minutes, 19 points. He shot 46% from the field. I mean, we had 5 players who played heavy minutes and not much productivity. You have got Sheikh Dindiane 29 minutes, only 4 points. Immediately 4 points, 4 assists, 2 turnovers, 2 steals. I mean, it was just sad because DUC just went outside in this game. They overplayed some players. they overstretched the limits of some players, and this is the reason why they weren't able to play well. I mean, also the same thing as USM. I think the game just became so it became so tight. I mean, the players didn't even get minutes. There are a couple of players who registered 0 minutes. I mean, got 4 players. I mean, who registered 0 minutes. We had players just playing a ridiculous minute count, and it was just sad to see, because you have to, have your bench production in there so that you can be able to win that ball game. When you look at even bench points, the USM, okay, they lead in bench points by 23 points, but you had like 4 players not even playing. I mean, it was just not a good look. Second chance points, they were tied at 14 apiece. Fast break points, you can see DUC just came in, led in fast break points, 10 points. Points from turnovers, you have DUC leading that stat, and 14 points to USM's 12. I mean, but majority of the time I can see a pattern here. Majority of the teams that I see winning, they have a lot of turnovers that they commit. I mean, they have to, be careful in handling the ball so that no other team can use that to exploit you. So overall, good game by USM. They continue on their winning ways. They are now 4-0. They have Club Ferreira da Beira. They beat them. You've got Slack. They beat Slack. They beat Sale. Now they beat DUC. DUC, I mean, they only beat REG, and now they just got beat by USM, and the record is just looking bleak at this point. So I don't know what DUC is gonna do at this point, because they're just getting beat, battered and bruised all through and through. I mean, USM came in the first quarter, 20 points, but DUC also had 20 points. They actually were tied at 20 points apiece in the first quarter. In the second, you can see DUC slacked, but also USM slacked in scoring because it wasn't a high scoring quarter. You can see USM had 15 points, DUC had 11. Then in the third, you can see also the scoring was just a lot of lackadaisical. 19 points for USM, DUC only had 17. Then in the fourth, USM just came in, just outlasted DUC with some smart defensive plays and a good offensive basketball, and they won this game. USM just scored 20 points in the fourth, DUC 14, and capping off a game, USM just outlasted DUC with how they played, and that's what brought the win. So USM just trying to make sure that they get back to the finals and be able to win that BAL. They made it the farthest they made last season was in the finals. They got beat by Zamalek. Feel they want to just rewrite those wrongs and be able to be on that winning record and in the championship game. So USM just doing their thing. I was expecting them to win. There was no way USM were gonna lose. Okay, Sale tried to throw their first stones, but it wasn't going in. They're not gonna beat USM team. Also DUC, DUC are just coming off, back to back. Okay, they only won one game. They started back to back losses. So, there's no way DUC are gonna upset USM. So, yeah, the winning stream continues for USM, and that's enough for me about me, because I'm just waiting to see USM in the finals with whichever team that comes from whichever conference. So from the Nile conference, yeah. So but as we speak, USM are the governors of this conference, and there's nobody who can challenge them right now because the record speaks for itself. So yeah, that's it for me. So if you guys like the video, make sure to leave your feedback down in the comment section. What you think about USM's unbeaten streak? What you think about what they're playing on the court? What do you think? Are they gonna make the finals? Just make sure leave your feedback on the comments. Like the video, helps me out a ton. Subscribe to the channel, turn on notification posts so that you never miss any new videos I'm coming out with. And with that being said, I'm out. Peace.